What are you thinking? Are you an overthinker? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 very effective ways to make sure that you are in control of your thoughts instead of your thoughts controlling you. See you in a second. You know, one of my favorite quotes is Shakespeare when he says, "Nothing is either good nor bad, but thinking makes it so." Today we're going to talk about your thoughts and how you're thinking about your thoughts. And I'm going to give you 3 very powerful ways to start to be more objective with your thoughts instead of your thoughts ruling you. I'm glad you're here. My name is Max Ryan. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm also an intuitive, and what we do here on this channel is that I help you in any way I can to attract positive results. And we do that a number of different ways. We do that by looking at true spiritual principle. We do that by looking at very practical ways of working with yourself, which we're going to do today, and also have very powerful meditations. So welcome. I've been doing this for a very long time, more than 15 years. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people around the world to really attract more of what they want, less of what they want, and find true peace. So like I said, if that's you, then I'd appreciate you subscribing and hit the bell if you want to hear more. All right, so let's get right into it. Like I said, Shakespeare was a genius, and let me just tell you, if you haven't read Shakespeare and you haven't given it a chance, you really would serve you to start to look at Shakespeare and look at how Shakespeare was able to take all these incredible archetypes of the things that we go through in life and put them into all of his plays. But you know, that's up to you. Maybe we'll do a video about Shakespeare, because you know, I think that a lot of people don't get it, and once you do start to get it, you're going to see how his influence has created. I mean, it's in everything that we see in advertising and movies and all of that stuff. But we digress. Let's talk about your thoughts. So, nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You know, when you watch this broadcast, when you listen to me, you're going to hear me talk a lot about your thoughts. So we're going to hear you, you're going to hear me, I'm going to hear you, I'm going to hear you talk a lot about your thoughts, about what's going on. Because listen, everything in your path to spiritual awakening and joy and peace, it's all an inside job. It's all an inside job, right? And that inside job is being dictated by your thoughts. Now, a lot of people come to this work and they start to think, oh, I have to monitor every thought. I got to know where every thought is. You don't have to do that. But you have to get in touch with the general direction that your thoughts are going. The general direction where your thoughts are leading you, right? Because as Mike Dooley says, who's an awesome guy who I've worked with, he says thoughts become things. It's totally law of attraction, right? So what you are dwelling on in your thoughts is what you're going to start to attract into your life. And it's not a tit for tat thing, right? It's not tit for tat. Can I say that on YouTube? Tit for tat thing, because it's not like I'm thinking about getting an accident, then you get an accident. It could happen, but it's the general vibration and tone of the thoughts that starts to manifest in your life. And I understand that you understand that that's true. Because if you're thinking thoughts over and over, I can't do it, it's not going to happen, only other people get these things, I'm not smart enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm too old, that's a general malaise of negative thoughts and negative vibrations, right? You get it? I know that was a French word, malaise. So, those kinds of thoughts really need to be looked at. They do need to be looked at. Because if we want to transcend or heal any pattern that we have to look at what the problem is. And the problem is your thoughts, right? Good. All right. So, let's talk about how and what we do with these thoughts. First of all, I want to ask you this. Do you really know what your thoughts are? Do you know what your thoughts are? I bet you don't. Or maybe you know a little bit of them. Because listen, this is what the egoic mind does. The egoic mind wants to stay in confusion. The egoic mind wants to make sure that you keep reaching for your goal, but you never get there. Say yes if you understand what I'm saying. Keep reaching for the perfect weight or the perfect job or the perfect guy or the perfect girl or perfect happiness or whatever. But it doesn't allow you to get there because it is controlling your thinking. Now, you've got to start to track your thoughts. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I am going to bring this up. Because one of the most important tools to use is meditation. When we meditate, we can look inside and we can start to track your thoughts. So number one is you've got to start to track your thoughts. Because you get, like I said, this generalized blah, this generalized dread, this generalized fear, but you don't know the thought that's leading to the feeling. Does that make sense? Because a thought creates a feeling, and then you're walking around the world and you're just feeling like crap. I know you understand what I'm saying. So, you've got to start to track your thoughts, and one of the ways to track your thoughts, one of the best ways to track your thoughts, is to sit down, shut up, get on the cushion over there. See, that was like the cushion over there. Not my cushion, your cushion. Sit down, shut up, and listen. What thought is going through your head? You have to start to track them. That's number one. You've got to track your thoughts, right? What we're doing is we're getting a little more objectivity, Number one is you have to track your thoughts. Now, once you've tracked your thoughts, you have to ask yourself, where is that thought coming from? Where is that thought coming from? Is it coming from my fear of failure? Is it coming from my fear of success? Is it coming from fear of the unknown? It usually is fear in some level, because we're really going to be tracking the unpleasant or the negative thoughts, right? So the fear usually in some way plays into that malaise, not melange, malaise of blah or depression or anxiety, right? So some of you might be having anxiety or depression. You've got to start to track your thoughts, see what they are specifically, then find out where are they coming from? Are they coming from my fear of this, or my fear of this, or my trepidation of that, or my shame about this, my blame myself about that? That's really important. The other part in the where are they coming from is that, are they thoughts about the fear of the future? Or are they thoughts about regrets from the past? Do you understand? You've got to be able to track them and then identify where they're coming from. All right? Now, number three is you have to ask yourself, whose voice is it that's having those thoughts? Now, this is a little bit more, I wouldn't say complicated, but it's a little bit more, you have to be more intimate. So when you're sitting in meditation, or when you're walking around your world, listen, this can happen to you while you're walking and having lunch or going for a jog or something. You're like, oh my God, that is my mother's voice that's saying the thought that I'm not good enough. Oh my God, that is my father's voice that's telling me something's wrong with you and you really need to be thinner. I don't know what it is. But you have to be able to say to yourself, whose voice is that? First of all. Now, under the topic of whose voice, you have to ask yourself, is that the voice of God, divine, grace source? Or is it the voice of the egoic mind? And remember, the egoic mind is always full of fear, right? So it's kind of twofold. Whose voice is that? I was programmed because my mother used to say that all the time. I'm telling you, I have worked with hundreds of people, and suddenly there will be an aha moment when we dig through a thought, which becomes a belief, and I'm telling you, it's so beautiful to watch because suddenly my student will be like, ah, I heard my father say that over and over and over when I was a kid, and now it is so deep that it's who I am. It's the thoughts that I think. It's the feelings I feel. So this work is deep. You gotta dig. You gotta dig. You gotta dig, right? So whose voice is it? Could be your mother's. Could be your father's. You know, I always make fun of the mother, but you know, your mother, your father. But it also start off and say, is this my ego? Or is this God? Is it the divine self? And I will tell you this, is that if your thought is leading to any kind of feeling of depression, frustration, stuckness, anxiety, guilt, sacrifice, I could go on and on, it's your ego. It's your ego, right? Good. If your thoughts are of openness, of flow, of joy, of peace, that is from divine source, grace, God, love. Right? All right, take a big deep breath. I have one more for you. All right, this is the other thing I want you to do. I want you to start to see if there tends to be a theme in your thoughts. Right? It could be the theme of, I'm not good enough. It could be the theme of, anything is possible. It could be the theme of, listen, it doesn't matter, either good nor bad, like Shakespeare said. It could be a theme of fear of embarrassment. It could be a theme of, I'm not good enough. It could be a theme. Look for a theme. And that theme, once you start to get objective, like we said at the beginning of this video, when you start to get objective, you start to go, oh crap, I see it now. Here is shame's ugly head come up again. Or here is fear of the future's ugly head come up again. Remember, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. What you do with the thought is up to you. Because you're not your thoughts and you're not your feelings. You are the being that's experiencing the thought and the feeling. This is big. Okay? All right, take a big deep breath. I know there was a lot today. Makes you think about some things. Right? See that? All right, so in future, we're going to do more videos about thinking and about thoughts and about your process, about how your mind is working. Because listen, your mind is your greatest tool. It is your greatest tool. It's not who you are. But as I've said here before, we use our psychology to help us break into true spirituality. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your time. And listen, please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, about your struggles and your successes in thoughts. Please put them in the comments below. I would really appreciate that, and I will definitely answer. All right, everybody. And if you would like a free 5 videos of how to raise your vibration, you can go to attractpositiveresults.com right now, and it's in the link below, and you'll get free 5 videos about raising your vibration. All right, friends. All right, remember, today could be the best day of your life. That is the truth. All right. I'll talk to you very soon, and please let me know if you need anything. Okay. See ya. Bye!